Just a.
Did you play where Tebow got hurt? What was supposed to happen?
I mean, it's and just in our deal, there's 11 guys that got to get done. They have roles that they got to fulfill, and different pressures come and different things happen, and so I mean, we executed it, and unfortunately, I think, Tim got a shot there, and ended up. What's the right way to phrase that? Off of Marcus's leg, which is just unfortunate. It's a freak thing that happened. It's football. These, unfortunately, these things can happen, and you don't want to see it, and you're obviously sick about it. But in the same breath, there are certain things in football that you can't stop, and some things happen. It's a tough game, and unfortunately, we witnessed one of those tough parts of that game.
But the defensive end's not supposed to come clean like that, right? It's a missed assignment on your left tackle? Or was he supposed to down?
No, it's not a missed assignment. No, it's that's not the case at all. We have different things that happen in the course of a game and protections. We've got 5-man protections, we've got 6-man protections, we've got 7-man protections, and every protection, there's an answer, and then there's sometimes you get something you're not supposed to get, but no, there's no blown assignments there. No.
Coach, just to clarify again, so there were no missed assignments on that play before Tebow got hurt, and every player did exactly what they were supposed to do on that play. No, I'm not. That's not. There's just a lot of talk that there were missed assignments or something. But just to totally understand what you're saying, nobody missed their assignment. Everybody did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. What happened? There's when you are in a 5-man protection, okay? There's some overlap principles built in. There are some overlap principles because it's very easy to become short a half a man or a man, okay? And
They have no idea what you're talking about.
Huh?
They have no idea what you're talking about, right?
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Keep going.
So, I mean, I think there's 11 guys on the field, and there's really, there's a fine line based on whatever pressure might come. There's, for the defense and for the offense, okay? There's a fine line in there. There's a risk and a reward, and we've been in this protection for 5 years, and so I don't think there was a reflection of any one guy, not per se like this guy here did not do his job. It's not really the case. I think you had a collection of a couple of hard things that went together. There were hard looks that came together, and I think the minute that happens, I said this just because this is what I believe. I think the minute that happens, then it's got to be reflective on only one person, me. Okay, that's where that's my opinion of that whole thing. Okay, and to say that one guy, no, it's not the case. I can't say that. But just understand that when you're in those deals, it takes 11 guys. Everything has to be just right. If there's something that's not per se a guy, he didn't do his job. It's just timing-wise, just a little bit off. Something bad can happen, and that was a couple of, it was a collection of a couple things there that didn't go exactly right, and so therefore, that's my fault, and that's it, and that's not, we can't let that happen again.
What did you envision with the play? That Tim knew the guy coming off the edge, and you just had to get rid of it a second quicker, or what did you envision?
Well, depending on what happens on defense, potentially that could be the case. Potentially that can be the case, where there's going to be an extra hat coming, and of course that means that there's something else on the other side going on. So that's what I'm saying. There's a fine line in there, and you know what? I really believe this, that football's a rough. Really, you guys know the deal, man. Football's a tough game, and there's a lot of pieces that go into it, and sometimes it doesn't. Everything's not exactly fit just right, and unfortunately, and I say that because it just crushes you. Things can happen. It's not what you want to see happen by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not like some guy just said, "Okay, I'm just not going to get my job done here," and that's not the case.
Final question for Steve.